Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know where we are?
We are in Proverbs, and we're still in the Solomonic Proverbs, which are asinine.
They're simplistic and childish.
They really are.
And
much like the Republican debate that we watched tonight.
Oh my gosh. y'all missed some good stuff.
Yeah, it was yeah.
I think we're going to comment further on that this weekend.
Probably, yeah. So, yesterday I know we read Proverbs chapter 17.
Correct.
And today we will be getting into
Proverbs chapter 18.
Let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, we are, as you said, continuing on with Proverbs chapter 18. We are still in a little segment called Proverbs Concerning Life and Conduct.
Okay.
And just as a reminder, Proverbs is a collection of collections. We are in the second collection, which, again, as you stated, were the Solomonic ones.
Right.
Oneses.
Yep.
And so, yeah, that's where we are.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Ready?
I am ready.
An unfriendly person pursues selfish ends, and against all sound judgment starts quarrels.
I mean, they're unfriendly, so I guess maybe that could be true, but I don't think all unfriendly people do that.
I don't either.
I've met some unfriendly people that don't really do that.
Yeah,
so
they're
just not friendly.
Sometimes unfriendly people are just like asocial and just want to be left the fuck alone.
Right.
And that's why they're unfriendly.
Exactly.
And then other times, I know some friendly people also that could be selfish sometimes and that start quarrels.
Definitely.
I mean, one might even say that I'm that person. And I'm friendly.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Fools find no pleasure in understanding, but delight in airing their own opinions.
They find no pleasure in understanding, huh?
Fools.
Okay.
If you're a fool, you find no pleasure in understanding.
I mean, the fools that I've run across in my lifetime, I can kind of... I kind of see that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this one's true, especially, again, after watching the debates tonight.
Right, yeah.
Oh, Republicans. Okay. When wickedness comes, so does contempt. And with shame comes reproach.
Okay.
So, do you know anybody who's wicked?
I think that's taking things a little too far.
Right.
Like, I don't think there's not, like, the Wicked Witch of the West is wicked. You know, like, that's wicked.
Yeah.
And it's absurd because it's a story.
Well, even at that, if you think about it from her perspective, which is what Gregory Maguire did.
Right.
She had a reason for being the way she was. And, I mean, her sister just got squashed by a fucking house.
Right, yeah, I'd be a little pissed off, too.
She wants her sister's shoes.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Wicked just seems like an overstatement.
They are failing to see gray area at all.
I have contempt for people, and I'm not necessarily wicked.
Right.
With shame comes reproach. I do agree with that one, that usually when you are criticizing somebody else, it's not always just because you see their flaws so much as that the flaws that you see are things that you're ashamed about in your own self.
Right, right.
Like, I notice that in myself a lot.
Yeah.
So, I'm just being honest. The words of the mouth, as opposed to the toes, the words of the mouth are deep waters, but the fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream.
Okay.
It just means, like, some people are all talk and they got nothing behind it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So, yeah, I'm okay with that one.
Right.
Sure. It's not good to be partial to the wicked and so deprive the innocent of justice. I mean, doesn't that kind of go without saying? It's not good to like bad people. You should like good people.
Right.
Right?
Right. But those good people that you're talking about, who judged them wicked?
Right.
Or whatever,
or good. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like that's, again, it's a subjective thing.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, okay, if somebody is like being an asshole, it's like you shouldn't be partial to that asshole. Okay.
Sure, but again, like let's just take today's society, right?
Okay.
Would you trust a Republican's opinion about who was wicked and who was good?
Absolutely not.
Right. So that's what I'm getting at.
Right. Right. But yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Right.
I'm pretending that I know the answer as to who is good and bad. And that makes me the judgy pants here. The lips of fools bring them strife, and their mouths invite a beating. Whoa! I don't think anybody deserves a beating, nor do I think that they invite it.
Right. Those mouths must have been really bad.
They're always talking about lips and mouths.
They really are.
And I'm really sorry, but I don't think just because you're a fool that you bring strife. And I don't think just because you're a fool means that you invite a beating.
Right. Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry, I was stupid.
Right.
My goodness. You know, if this was true, this would say that I'm asking for a beating every day.
Well, I was going to say that this sounds like the saying, you brought that on yourself,
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes that's true because, karma.
Yeah.
But also sometimes that's not true.
Right. But also I don't believe in, beating people.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
like, I'm a fool all the fucking time. I don't think that just because I'm a fool all the fucking time that I am literally inviting a beating.
Right, right.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
The mouths of fools are their undoing, and their lips are a snare to their very lives.
I can't hardly hear these words because every fucking other word is lip and mouth.
Lip, mouth, fool, folly. Refuge.
It all sounds exactly the same because, all I'm hearing is lips and mouths.
Yeah. I mean, this one is kind of true-ish, I guess.
Can you say it one more time? Because I'm...
Yeah. The mouths of fools are their undoing. So, stupid people out themselves when they open their mouth and start talking shit.
Okay. Sure.
And the shit that they talk is a snare to their very lives.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, killing themselves with their own words because they're dumb.
Yeah.
Got it.
The words of a gossip are like choice morsels. They go down to the inmost parts. My ass? They go down to my ass?
Actually, I was reading I was on a discussion that the Freedom from Religion Foundation here in Cincinnati was having. They had a scientist on talking about how when you're born, your gonads start up near your heart.
Yeah.
And then they, descend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it leaves a track.
Yeah.
And so, things can fall down in that thing.
Oh.
And then that's why some people have, giant mega balls.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, and it can cause problems. Your intestines can even fall in there.
Hangy draws.
Yeah, I don't this. We were talking about falling into things and stuff. That just reminded me of that.
I knew a guy that had balls that they just hung so low. They were
Did they wobble to and fro though?
They did because they hung. They were it's not like when you say, "Wow, that guy's well hung." It's not like that. They were just dingly dangly, dingle dingles.
Got it. Could he throw him over his shoulder like a continental shoulder?
I think he probably could have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly.
Just wondered.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No shame. You can't help the way your body is.
It's true.
But he is an asshole. So.
Oh, yeah.
That makes me want to make fun of him.
Was he a fool?
He was a fool.
He was a fool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when he
opened his mouth,
talks,
when his lips moved,
yeah, the gossip goes down to his inmost parts, down his ball track.
Got it.
Yeah.
So the bigger the balls, the bigger the idiot.
I mean,
is that?
I don't know that that's true, but I don't know that that's not true.
Right. Yeah.
I'm curious. You tell me. One who
I think that if you have truck nuts, you're by default
definitely.
A
you
fool.
are definitely a fool.
At least in our book, anyway.
In my book.
Yeah.
And my book is the only one that I read. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. One who is slack in his work is brother to one who destroys.
Oh.
Damn. I don't think that's true.
What if you're because I've run into this before myself because I get busy doing. So I have a job where I have some downtime sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm slacking my work, but usually I'm slacking my work because I'm working on something for the podcast.
I don't.
So is that the same thing? Am I gonna bring my own destruction here?
You're still doing work. You're just not doing the work that you're being paid to do in that moment.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not really like I don't do a ton. Like I'll send out a tweet or something,
You're slacking off at work, but
sometimes,
you're not slacking off.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Because you're not slacking off in your work. You're just slacking off at
that
work.
particular work.
Yeah, at that job.
Right.
But one might say that our podcast is also a form of self-employment.
Yeah.
And so you're always on the job.
Sure.
In that sense.
Right.
So, I don't know.
So I'm always working.
You're always working.
Yeah. Feels like it.
It does. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower.
Okay.
The righteous run to it and are safe.
Okay.
You know what that made me think of just now?
What's that?
It made me think of the movie 28 Days Later when he and the girl that he teamed up with, like they saw in the distance the tower that was like lit up, the apartment building.
Yeah.
And that's where Hannah and her dad lived.
Right.
They went to join them.
Yeah.
And so they saw the fortified tower, which was fortified with fucking shopping carts.
Yeah.
And they were righteous and they ran to it. And then they were safe.
Got it.
The end.
Got it. Okay.
That's one of my favorite zombie movies ever, you guys.
Yeah.
28 Days Later. I love it so much.
Yeah.
The wealth of the rich is their fortified city. They imagine it a wall too high to scale. That is true. That is true.
They do.
And
oftentimes, anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think that's 100% though either.
No, obviously,
Right.
but it's true enough.
Some people temper their wealth with humbleness and try to not be overly greedy.
Sure.
So.
But this is directed towards the assholes.
Right. The ones that have dick spaceships and stuff.
And that make billions of dollars.
Right.
Yeah. Before a downfall, the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor.
Okay. Okay.
Like, pride comes before the fall? Is that what that's like? I don't know.
I'd have to dissect that one a little further.
I don't want to. It's too
late
hard.
and I need to get to bed, so I don't care that much about that one.
Boring.
I'm like,
I don't care about it.
Yeah, that one.
Let's skip. To answer before listening, that is folly and shame. Ooh, it's kind of like when you're on Jeopardy, as we always are, right? We're always on Jeopardy.
Are we? Yeah.
And then, like, they're not even done with the question, and you're already ringing in.
Yeah, and sometimes they do it so soon. I'm like, oh, you idiot!
Yeah,
you were just trying to beat the buzzer. You didn't even care about the question.
You don't even. And actually, it's not the question. They're giving you the answer.
Yeah. Sorry,
question.
My bad.
No, I did it first. But yeah, you should listen to the whole fucking thing and then answer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I always love it when like two people buzz in before they've even asked the question.
Yeah.
And they both get it wrong, and then the last person's like, ha. And they sit there, wait, and listen.
And then they're like,
right.
They buzz in. Like, oh, would you like to venture a guess as to and the answer is like, red.
Yeah.
If you'd only waited.
Right.
The human spirit can endure in sickness. Thank God, because I am not feeling well.
You are not.
No. But a crushed spirit, who can bear?
I mean, don't we all have to kind of bear a crushed spirit? Because we have all been crushed at some point in our lives.
Yeah.
So we can all bear it.
Yeah.
It's something, it's part of being human.
It is. And unfortunately, some of us are better at it than others. And some of us need a little more help, whether it's counseling or medication or some other form of therapeutic self-help.
I'm not saying it's easy, but like you're not hardly human if you go through your entire life and never get crushed.
If you have never had a crushed spirit, you might be privileged. Which means that you're not living life as a 100% human.
Right.
You have to know what it's like to suffer so that you can appreciate not suffering.
Sure.
The heart of the discerning acquires knowledge, for the ears of the wise seek it out.
Okay. I guess, I mean...
We're discerning and we're trying to acquire knowledge.
So I guess that applies to us then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ears of the wise seek it out.
There you go.
You're wiser than I am.
I don't know about that.
But I hear better than you do. A gift opens the way and ushers the giver into the presence of the great.
I will agree with that, actually.
Sure.
The way you ingratiate yourself to somebody, especially somebody of higher stature, is to offer them something to,
like if
get your foot in the door.
If you are invited to dinner, you shouldn't show up empty-handed. You should always bring like a bottle of wine or some flowers or chocolates or some shit like that.
And you got to make yourself memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it shouldn't have to be that way.
Right, but that's the way it is.
It is. In a lawsuit, the first to speak seems right until someone comes forward and cross-examines. That's kind of like Trump.
Right.
He listens to the last person that ever talked to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a problem with society, though.
Yeah.
I think that people, like, obviously the lawyer has questions that they want to ask that they didn't quite understand, right?
Right.
So they're listening correctly. It's not that they spoke so correctly. It's that the rest of the people weren't listening correctly and assessing the situation correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't sound so right. You just didn't listen well enough to see where they might be wrong.
Well, and we're all a little bit easily led.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it out there.
Sure.
We could all be swayed.
Well, we could also all be trained to listen and understand and interpret things a little bit better.
Critical thinking is a skill, but you have to practice it and you have to learn how to do it.
Right.
Propaganda is productive and useful, and it works because it works.
It works because it works.
I mean, right?
Yep.
Okay. Casting the lot settles disputes and keeps strong opponents apart.
No,
that it is kind of true. Sometimes if we just like do random,
I guess it could, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
No, if it's a right versus wrong,
that's
then
what I'm saying.
Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. But if it's just like who gets the bigger piece of cake, whatever.
Sure.
I don't fucking care. Roll the dice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A brother wronged is more unyielding than a fortified city. Disputes are like the barred gates of a citadel.
Okay. I mean, I kind of can see that,
So, like, if somebody hurt your brother, you are going to be more unyielding than a fortified city.
Let's just say anybody that's close to you gets hurt, or anybody close to you hurts you.
Yeah.
You're going to be angrier in those instances than you would be any other time.
It's more personal.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
From the fruit of their mouth, a person's stomach is filled. With the harvest of their lips, they are satisfied. You know what? I'm going to pass on this one. Because there's too much fruits and
lips.
Mouths and lips.
Yeah.
Okay? Pass.
Sure, pass. Okay.
The tongue has the power of life and death.
Wow.
And those who love it will eat its fruit. Yeah, they will. Oh, that's some good stuff right there.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to eat your tongue. I'm going to eat the fruit of your tongue.
Yeah.
He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives a favor from the Lord.
I mean, I like my wife.
But did you receive a favor from the Lord?
No, it was just, we just like each other a lot and love each other.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like even when we're mad at each other, we're like, but I'd rather be mad at you than anybody else.
Yeah. God had nothing to do with it. I never talked to the dude.
No, me neither.
Yeah. Right?
No. I don't want to.
I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not a problem. The poor plead for mercy, but the rich answer harshly.
So we're back to, are we not liking poor here?
Wait, no, I think we do like the poor because they plead for mercy, but the rich answer harshly.
Okay.
So the rich are supposed to share, and
Got it.
Don't be assholes. Because
Okay.
harshly is a negative
Got it.
connotation.
Okay. I was taking that the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, you never know, because when it says the poor plead for mercy, you're like, where's this going?
Right.
Is it bad that they're pleading? I don't know. Okay, so that one was the poor. We should feel sorry for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
Which we do. One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin. But there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother.
I mean,
True.
I would say true. Yeah. Yeah, unreliable friends suck. And you know, I don't know that it's 100% the truth, but like I definitely have a friend that is closer than my brother, I guess, sort of. Not, I don't know, it just depends on how you look at it, really.
Well, it depends on,
like, we hang out more, right? Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know that I would say closer,
right.
but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I have a best friend, and she and I are pretty close, and I tell her everything.
Right.
And she's my chosen family.
Yeah.
And
But anyway,
I think it's just making another case for chosen family.
Sure.
That's what I'm going to go with.
that works for me.
Yeah.
Was that the last one we got there?
That was the last one we got there.
All right. So that was Proverbs chapter 18.
Sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow we're going to be back with...
Proverbs chapter 19.
Oh, one more thing before you guys get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned this in the last podcast, but we are going to be doing on our Discord channel, we're going to be doing a bi-weekly midday live podcast on Sundays, or most often on Sundays.
Right.
To be kind to our friends that are overseas.
Yes.
Because we have some that are across the pond that can't join our 10 o'clock, so we're trying a different time slot that might be more acceptable to them. So
Right. So not starting this weekend.
Right. It'll be the weekend following.
The weekend following.
Yep, and it's already scheduled in Discord, so if you aren't on Discord yet, hop over there, and then when you're there, head to the events thing at the top left on the desktop, and, you know, RSVP, and then we'll see you there live.
Yeah, I think Sunday, September 3rd?
I don't know, something like that.
Right?
Somewhere around that. It'll be at 3 p.m. though.
Yeah, 3 p.m. and that is Eastern time, which will make it early evening or whatever for our European friends.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was all we got for today, and we will be back tomorrow with that other chapter.
That other
where
chapter
they had more Proverbs.
That other one that is 19.
That's 19. Yeah. All right. We'll see you then.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.